think I'm playing chess, I see a king, I'm at his neck. I'm 3 steps ahead at every move, now that's a check. Yes, they wanna know my secret, it's because I never slept. All my nightmares of me at 40, life's a wreck. See my dad, he in debt, and my mom, she upset. That's way back when 408 on Seminole was the address. I saw things I shouldn't have, though I love the fam to death. Way back then it was a mess, we was living check to check. Now my shirts are getting pressed, your girl see me, she impressed. And my fans are quite obsessed, I owe them everything, I'm blessed. Made a living making art and aiming closely at they neck. If you think I'm not a threat, I'm like, incorrect, yeah. All my nightmares of me at 40, life's a wreck.
He turns the power.
Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Welcome to the review of the USD Sway Chris Farmer Pro model. Before I actually speak about this, let me tell you what actually just happened at the skate park. When I went to film these clips that you just saw this morning, I got to the skate park and these kids came to me and they were like, are you a YouTuber? And I say what I usually say. Yeah, I make videos. I never call myself a YouTuber. Yeah, I make videos. And they're like, how many subscribers do you have? And I said, 54. And they left. This just happened. Yeah, it's not really about the skates. It's about what just happened when I was filming for this. But now let's get into it. Let's start from the beginning. I was not expecting to see Chris Farmer having a pro model of the USD Sway. I would expect Chris Farmer to have pro model of the USD Shadow Skate or maybe even the AMs. I wasn't expecting this. The only other pro that I knew that had a pro model of the Sway was Montre Livingston, but that doesn't mean anything. And yeah, I wasn't expecting. Now, into the skate. It's not really a skate. When you buy it, it's a boot only. And the color, well, the color it seems like to be the trendy color this year. It's gray. It's the same color as the Damn 909. But if you've been following Chris Farmer for a while, you know that the man has a thing for purple. If you look at his comments on Instagram, there's always like a purple heart and stuff. So yeah, there's a Chris Farmer touch into this. I like it. I like the crow here. If you remember those, that time that Farmer used to skate with that dark hair, somehow this crow reminds me of that. If you know anything about Chris Farmer, you might remember Chris Farmer skating really baggy in the beginning, even like on the Mind Game days, first really baggy, then really tight. To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. He's just an amazing skater. It doesn't matter how he dresses. For me, it's just Chris Farmer and he's really, really good when he puts his skates on. And he's also really good with these. Now, are the skates good or it's just a skater that it's good? Let me give you my thoughts about this. So, as I said before, it's a boot-only skate. So, what I did is I tried to skate it with the Ground Controls Featherlight 3 and I also skated them with the Ground Control HD 60 frame. I like both these frames a lot. And what I did was I wanted to skate these as a flat frame, obviously. I was using 4x58, the Conjure wheels, Joey Chase wheels. And on these, I skated the stock Cult Gold wheels, 59mm ground control with these, I don't really know how to call this profile. It's like a weird profile, but it did work. Now I need to tell you that the wheels weren't too fast, especially because it was hot outside, so it kind of felt like very mushy. Absorb the shock, but also absorb the speed. But this is not a review about wheels. So into the boot. What I did felt was, in my opinion, this backslide groove worked better for me when stock with flat. and I wasn't expecting that. Usually when I want to do tricks like backslides and torques, it's just usually a lot easier to do it with anti-rocker. But I actually started by skating these skates flat, and by skating flat I was able to do torques, which I'm usually not too good doing torques with a flat setup, and I was also able to do backslides. I even did these backslide. It worked very good. When I put the anti-rocker frames at first, my groove was still very deep. I still had this like very deep groove, and I was struggling a bit. But then obviously the more I skated them, the more the groove started opening. I think it was more the other side than this. Yeah, the one there started opening a bit more and made it easier to do like torques and unity tricks and all that. But yeah, I guess I would just say that for me, stock, just how they come, they work very good for a flat setup. And obviously the more you skate, the more you open this groove, the better the wheel feel with the anti-rocker setup. Maybe if I would be skating a completely freestyle setup, like just one of those with a deep groove, like with a big groove, like the shadow frames, then I would probably be struggling at first until these get like this round backslide groove. Now, let's please keep in mind that this is not my first review on a USD Sway. I've done the USD Sway 2, and then they changed the mold into this new boot, which reminds me somehow of the Throne, especially when you look from the top. Not from the side that much, but when you look from the top, yes. Reminds me of using a pair of Thrones. And they call these the USD Sway 3s. And there is something about these skates. It has a lot of forward flex compared to the Sways too. This thing right here wasn't something that would happen with the two, at least with me. On my previous ones, they wouldn't have these bolts, the cuff bolts. So I thought this was happening also because of that. But these ones with the bolts, you can tighten them a lot and it still happens. I guess this happens because the material used here on the inside, it's not thick enough, or it's just too soft. Now, is this a problem? Not really, but this is a skate that you're gonna need to use tight. And the liners will make a huge difference. So I actually skated this skate first with these liners. I started by skating them with the Rhine V3s, which I said it before, and it's actually one of my favorite liners on the market for aggressive skating. And I tightened the liner a lot, and then because the material underneath it's like rubbery, it didn't move at all. When I used the Farmer liners, the liners that come on the Chris Farmer skate, something that I felt was the material here, I just wish it had these silicone dots like it has on the heels, because I kind of felt that on the inside my foot was moving a little bit, like underneath my toes I could move a bit. It didn't really affect the way that I skated, it didn't really affect the comfort at all, but I also felt that the liner, like this is just like the crown liner. So, and this material that you have here and this extra Velcro thingy, kind of like the Intuition liners, but then with the thickness of these foams, it just makes this liner very thick and very, I wouldn't really say that much stiff, maybe stiff here in the front where you have the plastic, but the thickness of these makes you somehow feel the forward flex even more. I don't know if this makes sense, but it kind of feels like the liner is only thick from here up. From here below, it's just a normal thin liner. So that creates even like a stiffer area here, but not where you want it. So in the end, when I use this liner very tight with the tight buckle, I kind of felt that I'd still add the forward flex. Now, something that would make me feel the forward flex better than the previous model is this 45-degree strap. And most of the times when it comes to an aggressive skate, I actually take it off. On my USD ANs, I take them off most of the times because I don't like this rattly noise. I didn't felt this rattly noise with these skates. And the liner with the 45-degree strap worked really good. For me, it worked even better with these. Something that you need to keep in mind about these skates is they will work better if you tighten them really good. I know that a lot of people are actually lacing them, having like long laces and lacing them behind the cuff, and they say that it also works very good because it doesn't allow you to do this thing that I just said here. But in the end, it wasn't really a problem. It was just something that took a little bit of time to adjust. Now, comfort of this skate. It is, in my opinion, a very, very comfortable skate. I didn't get any pressure point at all, and I skated with different liners. Previously, I also skated them with Intuition liners. I also skated with the stock USD liner that came on the Team 3 skate, like the first one with these molds. Man, comfort wise, awesome. Grinding wise, not just backslides and torques and not just about this groove, they slide very, very good. These soles are fast. I don't know what they did with this. They have these little holes here, maybe to reduce the surface when you grind. I don't think it's because of that, but compared to some of the USD skates, example, the ANs, these skates are very good. Like a lot faster. The negative plate, it's wide, but when you use these skates for grinding, let's not forget that this is the exact same mold as the Zoom boot. And the sole plate is somehow tall. I don't know exactly why. This is not me saying I'm good or I'm bad, but I'm actually okay when it comes to negatives. I can do, like, negative acid has been one of my safe tricks for over 10 years, maybe even over 20 years. And with these skates, I actually struggled a bit at first to do my first negatives because I felt that the sole was a little bit lower than it used to because of the thickness of the sole. So the first times I kept on hitting the ledge instead of locking. I was hitting it and then hitting it and falling because I usually grind closer to my foot. I didn't felt that with soles somehow, but I did felt it with the negatives. What else can I say about this skate? The buckles, awesome. It has like this spring here on this side. There's something cool about this receptor that it is a bit longer on one of the sides. You know that on the receptors you need to pull, in order to open it. This one has a little bit of a longer piece and it makes it easier to pull. That's cool. The way they made this thing now, like the top of the cuff, it somehow allows you to tighten it a lot, which is a good thing. You know, some skates, when you try to tighten it, it twists and all that stuff. I kind of felt that doesn't happen with this skate. Something that happens a lot is that it has a very long buckle, and a lot of times this buckle piece comes outside and then I need to just put it in. Maybe once you have the skate, you can just cut the buckle. You don't need the extra piece of buckle. As I said before, it actually works a lot better when it's super tight. Other than that, I also don't know if it's because of the plastic being a bit softer than normal or not, but on this skate, I just fell once, and when I dragged it on the cement, and it was super smooth cement, it kind of felt like it shaved a lot of the skate. Kind of felt like the plastic is a bit softer. The plastic used on the boot is a bit softer, but that's not a problem. Probably that's one of the reasons why it felt a bit more comfortable. I don't think I'm usually not someone that drag with the toes of the skates a lot. Probably is I just did something weird once. I can't really judge about it. Well, it's a good skate. I used to love it a lot on the previous version, the Sway 2s. I used to say it's a very tall cuff and it was more supportive previously. I used to enjoy this boot a lot for bigger wheels. I think since they changed for the newer mold, it lost a little bit of support because of the forward flex. But it didn't become a worse skate. It's just a different skate, but it does work very, very good. And for someone like me, it actually helps because I don't really have a lot of flexibility on my hips. So having the possibility of bringing my knees a little bit more forward allow me to get lower on my landings. And I kind of felt that with these skates, I was on a more stable position because I was able to bring my knees forward a little bit more. So in the end, I actually took advantage of these and I fell less than I usually do. So that is a good thing, right? Will they work with other frames other than the ones that I used? I guess so. I guess this is a skate, a boot that will work very good with basically every frame on the market. As I said before, for me it worked very good with flat. At first, even better than with anti-rocker. So with that being said, yeah, great skate, USD. Congrats, Farmer, for the sways, even if I wasn't expecting for that. And the colors, awesome. I would prefer the liner to be a whole black liner, but that's obviously just my taste. Now the thing is, there's Farmer name in it. Now, if you wanna buy these skates, this is something that I'm very excited about. You can just go to WheELADDICT.shop and these skates can now, these boots, you can buy them at my own shop. So it's a way for you to support what I'm doing, to support these reviews. If this is a skate that you've been thinking of, well, that is it. Check the first link in the description. And once again, thank you for everything. Thank you for the support. By the way, just so that you know what's happening here with this channel, I'm not alone. I'm not alone anymore. You knew that I'm doing this shop with my wife. You know about Mo in South Africa. Well, this WheELADDICT team, it's actually growing. I just hired someone that is helping me here to edit videos. His name is Alex. You will meet Alex soon. And Alex is basically helping me with my Portuguese YouTube channel and slowly is getting into this main channel. So yeah, thank you guys for this. We're slowly becoming like a media company. I would never expect to say that, but it's happening. So thank you once again. And now to finish this video, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you didn't like it. Very important, even if you're subscribing, make sure that you press that bell. Once you press that bell, you will get a notification every time we upload one of these videos or even every time that we schedule one of the new videos. And like I always say, just don't ever forget why we all started skating, and that is because it's fun. Cheers and see you soon. Let me see. You know what trick this is? In bodyboarding, it's a El Rolo. Cheers.
It got a little longer, so